Well, g'day and welcome to CruiseAway. It's great to see you. And do you fancy a whole show on television that's just full of good news? I'm hoping that the answer is yes, because that's all we do on this show. Incredible worldwide travel adventures with all the major cruise lines. And today, it really is the ultimate trip for the lucky few. The chance to cruise literally right the way around the world. And this time we are looking into next year from May through to September, when the stunning Crown Princess is setting off on a 114-night journey of the world, heading through Mauritius to South Africa, to Europe, the Med and Baltics, to Iceland, Canada, the States, South America, and across the South Pacific. And the joy of this? Well, first of all, what's not to love about a world cruise? But we are doing the whole thing to and from our own doorstep here in Sydney. So you get to cruise around the world without once checking into an airport. The added bonus of that is that you may leave with 2 cases, but you might return with 5 extra ones after picking up goodies all around the world. It sounds amazing. Well, let's stop the jabber and let's get you on board. So the cruise starts in Sydney on the 10th of May next year, and your ship is the delightful Crown Princess. And the Crown Princess is well versed to world cruising as well. Now, let's talk world cruise specific and what will happen on board. We can go through later and talk about dining and other stuff, but when you're on board for the world cruise, there's lots of very, very special things that happen, because obviously this is far from a normal cruise. So you will have themed nights and gala dinners, which are tailored to the part of the world, or the parts of the world that you're actually going to, and unique entertainment inspired by the destinations that are on the itinerary as well. Now, in terms of your accommodation, it's comfortable, it's spacious, you've got amazing gourmet dining to enjoy. Every single one of those 114 nights are going to be special, let me tell you. World-class entertainment on board as well. You've got extended times at sea on a journey like this as well, so it's unlike shorter cruises. You get longer stretches to literally relax like you would not believe. But it's not about having nothing to do when you're on a bunch of sea days. It's about enjoying things like the spa, the sheer relaxation of the ship, the wonderful activities, the enrichment, and so much more. Now, over this voyage, there will be over 50 international guest entertainers who are keeping you smiling and entertained. You've got special cocktail parties to attend as part of the world cruise, themed deck parties. There are folkloric shows as well, so shows that are pertinent to the region of the world that you're cruising in at that particular time. There'll be special officer dinners there for you. There'll be commemorative take-home menus for you to enjoy as a souvenir of your world cruising. You'll enjoy things like cooking classes with the Princess chefs and so much more, because essentially this is going to become your home between May and September if you choose to take the whole world cruise. And what a once-in-a-lifetime thing to do. And I know, listen, once in a lifetime, you hear that phrase an awful lot, but a world cruise is the big one. It's the most special experience that you could possibly ever wish for in one single holiday, because no other holiday could be quite as special as this. So we set sail out of Sydney and we head around our own shores first to Melbourne. A stop on the doorstep, of course, the Royal Botanic Gardens here. There's the Puffing Billy train, Healesville Sanctuary to go and see the wombats and the dingoes and the emus. And then a day at sea to Adelaide, again on the doorstep. The Barossa Valley wineries are here, of course. Tastings and the fantastic distillery process. You can learn all about that. Mount Lofty is on the doorstep here as well for hiking and views. 3 days at sea, and we make our way over to Perth, to Fremantle. And you can take a little cruise along the famous Swan River here, or head to Rottnest Island to enjoy the turquoise waters there, the adorable quokkas too. 7 days at sea. We are now in wonderful Port Louis in Mauritius. Lovely mountain ranges here, fine beaches, coral reefs and picturesque villages as well. Lots of excursions available here for an authentic taste of the island. 5 days at sea and we are now in South Africa, a very different part of the world. An overnight in Cape Town, which is an incredible city with lots of natural beauty. There's a chance to go up Table Mountain here. We're here for 2 days, of course, so maybe a tour of an ostrich farm with some wine tasting. Those two things are together on one tour. A day at sea, we're now in Namibia in Walvis Bay, and you can visit one of the oldest deserts on earth here and explore it by 4x4, which sounds very, very exciting. There's local culinary tours as well to get a taste of local dishes. 7 days at sea across to Cape Verde Islands now into Mindelo. This is North Africa's tropical coast and it's stunning. You can snorkel with turtles here, see the stunning volcano or head to the cultural centre. A couple of days at sea, we're now in the Canary Islands on Gran Canaria, Las Palmas, a wonderful sunshine island full of contrasts from the busy city of Las Palmas to the mighty sand dunes down in the south of the island, down at Maspalomas, which are a real adventure. A day at sea and we're in Morocco now into Casablanca. Now this is just the most fascinating place to go and visit where old and new collide, and of course you've got this is the gateway port for Marrakesh too. Day at sea and now we're in Spain, La Coruña, the north of Spain. Green Spain as they call it here, famous for the Galician wines here, or maybe a tapas tour. There'll be lots of tour opportunities that you can treat yourself to while you're on board the Crown Princess on your world cruise. To France next, and Le Havre, which is a gateway port into Paris, where of course you can climb the amazing Eiffel Tower or take a lovely relaxing river cruise along the Seine, which is wonderful to do. From France to Belgium and Zeebrugge, which is the port for Bruges. Really charming Belgium city here, full of little wonders like the chocolate museum. The street foods here are wonderful, as is the architecture too. It's wonderful. Then we've got 2 days at sea heading into the Baltic ports now, starting with Gdansk in Poland, which has a fascinating history to learn and you can explore, of course. And it's a centre for Baltic amber if you're a jewellery lover here. This is where it all comes from. Visby next, which is on the island of Gotland, which is a Swedish island. Wonderful port to go and explore the natural wonders here. It's secluded with flower meadows, amazing countryside, quite a fascinating history to learn there as well. Now we're off to the capital of Finland, into Helsinki. We're here for the day. It's a walker's paradise actually, lots to explore here. The markets, the famous square, the Sibelius Park, which is absolutely beautiful and serene as well. From Finland to Estonia now and Tallinn, which is like a fairy palace wonderland. This is one to take the camera and take pictures of the palace and the cathedrals, and lots of tours available here as well. Back to another capital city next, and we're off to Sweden now, to Stockholm, and we've got an amazing sailing here of all the islands that make up the archipelago here as well. The Royal Palace is beautiful. You can take a lovely canal cruise here, and the shopping is pretty worth seeing too. Day at sea, another capital city, Copenhagen, now in Denmark, and again famous for castles and palaces galore here, and you'll see the Dutch influences everywhere along the Nyhavn harbour. And don't forget, of course, to get a picture with a little mermaid. Day at sea, we're now in one of the ports for Amsterdam in the Netherlands. This is IJmuiden. Canals and surprises around every corner if you head into Amsterdam, or maybe you want to head out to the potteries in Delft, which are rather lovely. Across to England now, and we sail into the iconic White Cliffs of Dover on the south coast of England. You can take a tour up to London from here, or explore ancient Canterbury with its stunning cathedral, which is rather nice. A day at sea and we head much further north in the UK, and we're in the wild and rugged Shetland Islands in Lerwick. It's a charming little town. There are whiskey distilleries here for lovely tastings. You can go bird watching. There are many, many different adventures you can have there as well. It's an amazing part of the world. It's an incredible cruise, and we are only 58 nights in so far. So let's get back on board the Crown Princess and have a little look round the ship itself, because we talked about all of the special events and occasions that there will be, because this is a world cruise. Now let's dive a little bit deeper into what we can actually enjoy on board. Well, of course, the entertainment is going to be many and plenty, and something they do incredibly well on Princess is their entertainment reflects festivals of the world. So as you make your journeys around different parts of the world, there will be festival nights and occasions that fit in and slot in with that part of the world, which is really nice. It's lovely that when you go into main dining, the dishes there will reflect the parts of the world you're in. For instance, if you go into the crab shack there, you'll actually see seafoods which reflect the different areas that you're actually sailing into as well. In terms of restaurants, you have such a big choice, you really do. And it's not all big formal dining every single night. There's grab and go options, there's lovely daytime options by the pool as well. You've got casual dining, so you can dip in and out of that as much as you like. Specialty dining is definitely worth doing as well. They have a specialty Italian restaurant called Sabatini, which is famous across the Princess fleet. The Crown Grill, which gets booked up ever so quickly. You'll definitely get a table, I can guarantee, because you're on board for 114 nights, but you'll get very used to it and you'll love it. They also have a gastropub on board, which is a little bit more low-key. Which has some wonderful dishes on the menu. You've got all of these pools to enjoy, as you can see, lots of leisure activities. There's exercise there if you want to. There is tax and duty-free shopping on board. Of course, you'll have many chances to shop in all the ports that you go to around the world, but you can shop on board as well. Something else they do when you're on a bunch of sea days, by the way, is afternoon tea, which is a lovely thing to enjoy in the afternoon. It's a nice sort of pause in the middle of the day. And night times, well, listen, your night can be completely full. There's live game shows, there's production shows, there's karaoke, there's trivia, there's lots of live music around as well for you to enjoy. So, are you ready to pick up the rest of the 114 nights of this cruise? We got as far as day number 58, where day number 59 is a day at sea, and then we are exploring Iceland to Reykjavik, the capital first, famous for the geothermal Blue Lagoon Resort, of course. And it's been very volcanically active in the last couple of years as well, so a real treat in this port to enjoy. And then a couple of more ports in Iceland. Grundarfjörður is first. Amazing landscapes here in this part of the country, and you can visit where the Vikings once did, enjoy the amazing mountains and scenery and so much more. Then into Ísafjörður, which is one of the least inhabited parts of the West Fjords of Iceland, so you can enjoy lovely peaceful walks here, visit ancient churches, you can take a glacier fjord adventure. I mean, lots of choices. 3 days at sea, we're now across to Canada into St. John's. Now you're facing the North Atlantic here. This is the oldest city in North America, so some wonderful history to learn and enjoy here. And you can visit the Bird Island here as well if you fancy some sightseeing. Corner Brook is next in Newfoundland, and you can find out more about Captain Cook here, and you can wander in the Grossmoor National Park, look into the Old Man in the Mountain rock formation as well. So again, many opportunities to explore. A day at sea, and we're into the wonderful walled city of Quebec now for an overnight. So we're here for 2 full days, which is great. French influences everywhere, streets of the atmospheric Latin Quarter, and explore Old Quebec as well, which is really lovely. It has a lot of historic stone and brick houses there. I think there'll be rather a few pictures taken there. And then along to Saguenay, which is Fjordland in Canada here, and the national parks are based here too, which is wonderful. And weird and wonderful excursions like glass blowing or visiting a local goat farm might be on the menu here. A day at sea into Charlottetown now, which is on Prince Edward Island. Now you can take a scenic drive tour here or visit the Anne of Green Gables Museum, famed in the novel, of course, which is just, again, wonderful. Sydney is next. Another Sydney we're going into. The one in Nova Scotia, this time on Cape Breton Island. The Big Fiddle is here. There's amazing shopping, and there's the Highland Village as well. It feels a little Scottish, doesn't it, with the countryside there. And then we move on to Halifax, which is the capital of Nova Scotia. And this is famous for Peggy's Point and the Cove Cliffs, where you can explore on a tour and see the famous lighthouse, learn all about the history of Pier 21. Day at sea, and we are staying in New York City for an overnight, so you've got 2 days to explore. You can go out and enjoy the nightlife, maybe take in a show on Broadway, because we are there for the whole night as well, which is wonderful. This is going to be a really poignant stop on the itinerary, a real highlight. Couple of days at sea and we're heading on to Florida's Sunshine Coast now in Miami. Wonderful city full of wonderful beaches, lots of different districts. You've got little Havana there. You can even at the cruise port see all the other big cruise ships that are coming in that day. Couple of days at sea and off we go to Cartagena in Colombia. Now the cathedral here is stunning and you can wander the famous old city, which is 12 square blocks filled with attractions, boutiques and incredible restaurants too. Next up we do a full transit through the new locks in the Panama Canal. Now there's narration on board, expert guest speakers, historians, former canal employees who are on board giving a live commentary, as it takes about 8 to 10 hours to go through. It's really special. And the other side, we come out after a day at sea into Manta in Ecuador, which is the second largest port here. Lots of incredible highlights. To the west you've got the Galapagos Islands and you've got the Andes Mountains to the east here, so lots of opportunities to explore. Couple of days at sea, we are in now to the capital city of Peru, which is Lima, and there's a lot to see here, like the Huaca Pucllana, which is the 2,000-year-old pyramid, which is in Miraflores, which is definitely worth seeing. And you can head to Pisco to taste the sour cocktail, which is very famous here. And then we go into Pisco. The port is San Martin. This is your gateway to the Valley of the Incas and the incredible Machu Picchu and the archipelago of the Galapagos as well. So again, that will be definitely, I think, an excursion day. 4 days at sea, we're now in Chile in Easter Island. And you can see those amazing monoliths that you see in the top picture there, which are quite eerie and wonderful. And you can also take tours to the mountains and the wonderful vantage points on this fascinating island. A couple of days at sea, we are scenic cruising at Pitcairn, and then a few days later we're in Tahiti in French Polynesia. Now this is the epitome of paradise, wonderful beaches, One Tree Hill, honestly such a relaxing paradise. Then we're in Moorea in French Polynesia, of course, another incredible island, lots of different experiences to enjoy here as well, watching the fishermen in their canes and the incredible mountains here as well. So this is going to be a really dreamy day. 5 days at sea into Auckland in New Zealand. Shops, restaurants, museums, galleries and gardens. Maybe a little bit of last minute shopping because this is the final port on our wonderful world cruise. And then 3 days at sea and we find ourselves back where we started in wonderful Sydney. Now when you see it on a map like that, you just think, wow, this is too incredible for words, isn't it? Absolutely 114 nights of the most incredible cruising experience on an amazing ship with Princess, with so many special events happening all the way through that wonderful itinerary. I mean, just look at where you are covering there, all of the continents, all of the countries, all of the adventures, all of the places to go and explore. This is something different. And listen, let's talk about world cruising for a second, because world cruising is not something where I can say, call us now. You need a discussion. You need to talk over this with your other half, with your nearest and dearest, whoever you're going with you. Maybe it's a family adventure and you're thinking of a world cruise experience. But a world cruise, I think for most people, is something that maybe only happens once. You know what I mean? It is the ultimate. Maybe you've been cruising for 20 years, 30 years, and you've loved your cruises, dotting around here, there and everywhere, but you have waited. And the time has come, the right time has come, because I need to find the right time in your life. This isn't good fortune. You have to have been looking for a world cruise for this show to be right for you. You've talked through with me and journeyed with me around the world, but it has to come at the right time in your life as well. Well, let's find out more, because there is more to find out, and it is stunning, because this is a big holiday. Remember, it is a considered holiday as well. But actually, when you think that this price tag takes you on holiday from May right the way through into September, then suddenly that number shrinks rather, doesn't it? Because if you think of everything that is included and all the extra things that that are not part of a regular cruise with Princess, then this is a stunning opportunity. And what I would say to you is talk to our team today. No one just picks up the phone and says, 2 tickets for the World Cruise, please. It never happens. You'll have questions. You'll want time to ask those questions. You'll want a conversation with someone who knows what they're talking about, who knows the cruise line, who knows the itinerary, who knows what the cabins are like on board and the different choices of cabins that are available to you. You will want to have that conversation. And that's what that telephone number is all about. 1300 407 687. It's toll free. But what I do want you to do is just imagine for a second. Just imagine yourself cruising and exploring incredible places, not having to lift a finger, just enjoying that lovely, nice balance between places to see and relaxing times to really live your lives in comfort and style. Think of the friends that you'll meet from literally all around the world. Think of all the souvenirs and the stories that you'll be collecting from all of those different parts of the world. Chat to our team right now. Let's start the conversation. The first conversation is with your other half or whoever you're traveling with. The second conversation is then with us. Here's everything that's included and the options if you do want to upgrade. Now, when you look, wow, can I just draw your attention to that ocean view upgrade? This is over a cruise of 114 nights. How many people you know have been on a cruise this long? Remember, there are lots of events on board to make this world cruise special. So many. There are special gala nights, special menus, 50 wonderful entertainers from around the world are joining you through this cruise as well. You've got that incredible dining. And when we say the word dining, we always think of just the evening. It's all day long and all night long as well. One way or another, there is food available and included for you 24 hours a day. It's an incredible ship with a very excited crew who are also traveling right the way around the world with you as well. It is stunning. It really is stunning. Right, listen, you can also take this world cruise from Melbourne as well. So if you want to do it from Melbourne rather than Sydney, you can absolutely do that. And there are also a number of package smaller sectors available to book. In fact, there are more than 15 of them that are available to see on the CruiseAway website. For instance, there's a London to Sydney package over 63 nights. There's a Sydney to New York package over 37 or 77 nights. There's Sydney to Copenhagen in Denmark. There's London to New York and many others. So talk to the team because there are many ways of taking smaller chunks of this same world cruise and doing it with a stay somewhere around the world. It's incredible. And you are full board on this wonderful ship. It is the Crown Princess. And we are getting on board for another look so that you can drink it in and appreciate just how much there is to enjoy on board. And listen, I realise that in the last half an hour, I have bombarded you with a lot of information, a lot of places to go. You can watch this all over again, by the way, on our YouTube channel. Just go onto YouTube and search CruiseAway Australia. You will find this show there. It's called No Fly World Cruise with Princess, and you will find it there to watch again. So then you can remember all of the different parts of the world that you are going to. Basically all of them, which is brilliant. So many of them. It's incredible. And when you're on board, you are just going to have the greatest time. You're going to be looked after. and treated, and you're not going to have to lift a finger, which is great. Passenger number, this is an interesting one for a lot of people. In the cruising world today, this is about a mid-range size ship. There's just over 3,000 passengers on board and a very high crew to passenger ratio, which is great. So plenty of people to look after you when you're on board, but 3,000 passengers is brilliant. It's not so many that you're forever waiting in a line for things to happen or to get on or off or whatever. But also it's big enough to have that larger variety of restaurants and places to be. Like the Sanctuary, for instance, you might want to book the odd day pass up to the Sanctuary, which is adults only area, where you can go up and you can just kind of chill out, relaxed, be served and looked after. That is what a cruise holiday is all about at the end of the day. It's a real treat. And a world cruise, you know, like I say, a world cruise, it's not for everyone. It's for the very few, and this has to come into your life at the right time. You have to have been thinking about it and mulling over the idea and the prospect. But it is incredible because we only have one life, and this is this one chance to see the whole world in one. And you haven't got to step into an airport. You haven't got to get on a train or a bus, and you don't have to buy a ticket, you know, for this and that and the other. You don't have a whole heap. Can you imagine going away on holiday around the world for 114 nights? How many tickets and confirmations and emails and passwords, and we have to reset your password, so we have to send a code to your mobile phone before you can change the password on any one of 100 different accounts to make arrangements for a big holiday. And hello, this is amazing. I mean, incredible. It's the opportunity for you to take the biggest holiday that pretty much there is available in the world of cruise. And like I say, if 114 nights is just a little bit on the onerous side for you, and you want to take one of those smaller world sector opportunities, then again, just call our team, 1300 407 687. We've got all of the details. I think there are 15 plus different packages which break down the various parts of the world that this world cruise covers into smaller packages. What I will say to you as well is we are looking into next year, so a deposit will secure this for you today, which is great, and that can lock in that price tag, because actually if you work out, you'll do the maths I'm sure at home, but if you work out night for night and we talk about all of those different inclusions that are there every single day of your holiday, the value is extraordinary. Suddenly that price tag shrinks when you look at just what is included. And the team on Princess really know how to look after you and give you the greatest holiday. And remember, the crew and the team on board, they're cruising the world as well. It's just as exciting for them as it is for you. And they will really become like family when you're on board. Listen, thank you. I know you've taken in a lot over the last half an hour, but a world cruise is really something to think about. And once you've had a little think and a little chat with your other half, remember we're here toll free to talk to. And we are the #1 trusted name for cruise holidays here in Australia at CruiseAway. Thanks so much for your company. Have a brilliant rest of your day. I'll see you back here for more CruiseAway soon.